Greetings, greetings, my friends. How are you today? We are alive despite the circumstances of life. God be praised.
So, blessings to the Most High. Blessings to the Most High. Thank God for another journey. Hope you have had a wonderful week, my friend.
I have. It's been busy, but I'm here.
Yeah. Yes. Today, I just want to welcome everyone who has been listening and tuning in on our conversation. It is a good day. It's a blessed day. We are alive. We are well despite the circumstances of life. And today, I just want to, earlier on, the thought that came to me was about when you feel disappointed, what do you do? What do I do?
Yeah. I think just listening to the word disappointed, because it can come across as quite a negative word, right?
Yes.
But it doesn't have to be. Yeah, it doesn't have to be. And I think there's been points in my life where I've been disappointed that maybe, you know, when you see people, it could be like clients, it could be people that you love, and you know, or friends, family, and you feel like you're watching and you're like, I have so much hope in them, and you're like, they can do it. And then they don't do it, and then you have that feeling of disappointment for them. But then because you're part of their life, you feel that disappointment because of coming from a place of love, right?
Absolutely. Yes. And I could relate to that as well, because I've seen people who struggle, and I know they have the potential. I know they have got the potential. And somewhere along the line, life has not give them a, sometimes it's not even that hard knock, but because of where some people are at, the slightest wind, it's just like you look at it, it's just like you have a plant. Yeah, nice looking plant, and it's blooming, but just this wind just come along and just blow it down, tilt it. Cannot stand. It cannot stand the wind. And so it is in life. There are different things that come to knock us down. But
always, please,
always.
I'm Jennifer, I was gonna say, I'm like, every time I'm like, what's today gonna bring though? I'm ready. My body's ready. Like
that's a very good way of looking at it.
Yeah.
And that is why I also believe that when we get up in the mornings, we give thanks to the Most High. And we know, because I know that I cannot lead my life as how I would like to. I used to depend on myself, but then when I realized that I'm trying to depend on myself, I get into when the wind come, I can't withstand it. But when I ask my maker to go before me, no matter what challenges come, even when I'm feeling sometimes the wind come harsh, you know. But then
she's like, woo!
Exactly. And when it rock me here, so and I have to hold on something strong. So I hold on upon the Almighty and say, hold me, Lord, hold me. Yeah. You understand?
Yeah.
So that is what we have to do, because we will always have disappointments. There's somewhere along the line we will feel disappointed.
Definitely.
Because in this life, we have got our aims, we have got our objectives, we have got our dreams, we have got our visions. Sometimes we make our plans sometimes some big plans and we take them out. You understand? Yeah, we have some big plans. Sometimes they're not even realistic. But because we are humans and because we want the best for ourselves, we want the best for our children. Don't even mention the children part.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, each parents want the best for their children. And so we fight tooth and nail for them.
Yeah. Even though sometimes they might not appreciate it.
Exactly. Because sometimes they don't see what we are seeing.
No, they don't.
And then because we love them.
You know, before we started, we were talking about crisis, right? And you know, God has built everyone differently. Yeah. And everyone, you know, human beings have gone through their own life experiences, you know, childhood experiences, so many different things.
Yes.
So when I do, although we talk about disappointment, I do remind myself that, you know, not everyone's like me. Not everyone can bear so much. I'm not saying bear so much, but as I said to you and Jennifer, and your level of crisis as well, my level of crisis is when my adrenaline kicks in, is death. It's not even about money, it's not about,
that's right,
you know, what
absolutely.
I don't and don't have, and but my level of like adrenaline and that wind blowing on me and me zoning out is when death, you know, when it's danger or death. Yeah.
I would also agree with you, or I could say mine is similar to you, because I'm not mindful of earthly things.
Me
you know,
either,
I'm not, you see, like how you have, if people have like my car, or my house, or my this, or my that. I'm not that kind of person.
No.
As you say, like death and that kind of thing. I'm passionate about the things that really makes life meaningful. Yeah? That's what I'm passionate about. If I can help somebody in whatever small way I can, I'm passionate about that. Yeah. And I have lost things along the way. I've lost people, I've lost friendship. And that when I lost friendship or family, I feel disappointed. I'm not disappointed with God, but I'm disappointed that I no longer have that friendship.
Yeah.
But then I have to appreciate life for what it is. There were times I couldn't come to terms with it. But as I grow older, as I pray more, I understand that life is a journey and there are things, there are seasons. And somewhere in Ecclesiastes says that there is a time and season under the sun for everything. There's a time to laugh, there's a time to cry, there's a time to pluck up, to pull down, and to build.
Nice.
So so even recently I was looking at it and that's how I treat disappointments.
Yeah. But it's so true, because you can't have happiness without sadness. You can't have everything without experiencing nothing, you know?
Absolutely.
Right? And even like through, as I said, like our crises and how the wind blows us is danger or death, yeah? But even through those experiences over time and, you know, like healing,
Absolutely.
praying,
yes.
it opens your eyes up to life. right?
Absolutely.
And
yeah.
I don't take time for granted anymore. I get up early in the morning, Jennifer, I listen to the birds, I hear them talking, and I make time for people I love, and I spend time. I take memories, maybe too many memories all the time, but because that's all you got, that's all you leave behind, you know?
Sometimes we don't appreciate one another. We don't appreciate one another enough. And when I say that, I'm speaking to myself as well, right? It's only when people are gone away from us, whether in sickness, whether in death, whether they move away, or there's a change.
Yeah.
There's a change. That relationship is no more that closeness.
Yeah.
And then we start to wonder, we can reflect and say, oh my God, I really miss this.
But that's why the memories are so important, right? Because as I said to you, like, firstly, we take things for granted. We take time for granted. We can take people for granted. And, you know, so all the drama, just any kind of drama is just not worth it.
That's right.
And yet, as I said to you yesterday, it was Mother's Day. It was their dad's death anniversary. It's been 9 years. And I was sitting in the car with my son, who's a spitting image of his dad, right? And my son started to play some songs, and he played one song that their dad used to sing to me, right? And sing and rap to me, and it was just like, it was a lovely song, but it just took me back to those memories, you know, not that I'm there anymore, but the memories of stories of the past, right?
Of course.
And when I was listening to the song, all I could vision is just him singing it to me, because he just sing to me, or he'll sing with me, and that's a gift of a memory, right? You take along.
Of course.
And I can tell my kids, I can tell my grandchildren about it, but we just take things for granted. But you know, life, they say life is written. When people, it's time for people to go, it's time for people to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Remember, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Be blessed.